Jimmy Moreland joining me now. Jimmy, I got to ask you, you're a Florida guy. I'm a Florida girl. COVID has everybody kind of up in arms trying to figure this out. I actually spent COVID in Fort Lauderdale, which was kind of a nice escape. Where'd you spend it and kind of who did you work out with?
Mostly I was up here in the beginning of it, just working on my treatment and stuff like that. But, I ended up going back home, just working out with my personal trainer, really staying out of the way because, COVID-19 hit and then you can't get too much access to places you wanted to go to.
How are you feeling?
My time in Florida too.
Awesome. How are you kind of feeling with just a couple days of camp now with the guys under your belt?
Being around the guys is it's a special thing being back around the guys. We all having fun, getting back to football now. So you gotta get back in shape, football shape, not just in shape anymore. So it feel great being around the guys instead of being in the house cooped up.
It's kind of fun watching you as well. I mean, everybody's just been waiting for football to get back. Talking a little bit about your journey, though, you come from a smaller program at JMU, had some standout numbers there, 18 interceptions, 6 return for touchdowns. But, a lot of people got to be exposed to that. They got to see your knack for the ball when you did get to those 5 starts and playing last season. What would you say was the biggest adjustment for you, though?
The biggest adjustment, just the speed of the game, when I got in preseason, I had these outstanding training camp numbers, but once the real regular season came, I got off beat, and just getting back to my normal self at the end of the season. But the injury caused me to not finish the season. So coming from a small school, I think just a chip on my shoulder, because I could have been at a bigger school that I thought I could have, but just having that chip on my shoulder and being the person I am, competitive, and that just made me football player I wanted to be.
I've talked with quite a few guys that were familiar with your play at JMU, and even early on before you even came to Washington, they said that guy's got it. He has the ability to be a starter the way that he is. Don't underestimate his size. You kind of play bigger than that. People are a little bit surprised by your knack for the ball. Are you still feeling like you have to kind of like adjust and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to be growing. I'm going to be somebody that's going to fighting for the spot?
You always have to grow and adjust. That's just the way of living. And just getting better with myself, knowing my weakness, knowing my strength, and just trying to perfect my craft as well.
I mean, how is it that you do play bigger than maybe your stature actually is?
I think it's because I'm a Florida guy.
I'm not going to argue with that by any means at all. So what are the expectations now for you?
My expectation is to be the best I can. I always keep myself accountable for my players, and be the best player and teammate I can be towards my team.
You're talking about making those plays in preseason last year. I think you picked Haskins off quite a few times. He said he was glad that at least you're on his team and not working against him. Are you anticipating more of that the same, or is Haskins sitting there saying, not this year, I've worked on it, you're not going to be able to get those?
He's a competitive guy just like me. He already came up to me, you ain't picking me off this training camp, And that's just the competitiveness in him and me, we just getting each other better, overall. And just like I said, just good to be back around that.
Last season, I also remember you getting into a car. I don't know that you ever saw me do this, but you had to get in through the side door. You remember that? You couldn't go in through the driver's door, like somebody was climbing in through the side door to get into the car.
Oh yeah, I do remember.
Have we fixed that yet?
We fixed that plenty of times. No.
I mean, it's got to be the perks about being in the NFL. I found a little humor in that, saying, look, you're coming in, you're having to fight for this. But look, I mean, you're planning to be a big part of this defense.
Yes, sir. I am.
Fair enough. When you do look at kind of the way that the secondary is kind of built, there's a lot of changes that went on there. A lot of guys left, a lot of new guys coming in. And last season, there was a lot of communication breakdowns. What's going to be the biggest difference that I know it's early on, but that you think we're going to see from last season?
The biggest difference is we are playing together, the different schemes in our defense right now. And just, they, as a coaching staff, they bringing it to us like they breaking it down as simple as they can. And we are out there just moving around and just getting along real well.
All right. Well, we wish you the best as training camp does get going. We'll see. I think we're going to start a tab and see how many picks you get on Dwayne compared to last season, who gets the better end of that one. And also, you're a new dad. Congratulations on that.
Well, thank you so much about that. Thanks for having me, and have a great day.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.